Winston-Salem, North Carolina, an ACC Saturday, and NC State came in here to Winston-Salem and took care of business. Huge win, 76-40 for the Wolfpack over the Demon Deacons. Tim Brandt, Dan Bonner with you. This was a game that saw NC State come in, 4 guys in double figures led by Lorenzo Brown, who had a terrific afternoon.
Part of the talk all season long has been Lorenzo Brown and his adjustment to the point guard role, and we certainly saw that today. He really had a good game, and he didn't score that many points early, but he got him going off offensively with some pretty good passing, assists. He finished the game with 20 points. He had 6 assists. He had 3 steals. He made a couple of threes. He was 8 for 14 shooting the ball. But the main thing he did was control the game, and then defensively, I thought he did a fabulous job against Wake Forest, C.J. Harris. And it wasn't just Lorenzo Brown. Before the game, we talked about Richard Howe, and he did not disappoint either. He did a nice job running the court. He scored a total of 12 points. He had 12 rebounds for his 6th double-double on the year. He scored inside, he stepped out, he shot the ball outside. And again, those 12 rebounds, he did the job that you expect him to do on the boards, particularly on the offensive board.
It was almost as if Wake Forest did not even show up for this ball game.
They really struggled. It was not the Wake Forest team that we've seen over the last couple games. One of the problems was that Travis Mackay had his worst game of the season, only scored 2 points, 1 for 5 shooting, had a couple of turnovers. The only basket that he was credited with was a goaltending call, and here he elbowed Scott Wood, and the referees ruled that a flagrant 2 foul, so he was ejected from the game. So a very difficult afternoon for Travis Mackay, and a difficult afternoon for the Demon Deacons of Wake Forest. They had turnover-itis all day long. Part of it was the NC State defense. Part of it was just struggles by Wake Forest trying to get the offense in gear.
And after the game, we had a chance to catch up with Lorenzo Brown of NC State.
Lorenzo, a lot of talk this year before the start of the season about the fact that you were going to move to the point guard. It seems, based on the results so far, you've made that move pretty comfortably. How do you assess your ability to go from the 2 to the point guard?
I rank it a lot. My teammates wanted me to play the point guard last year a lot. So this year I have a chance to play, and I'm doing pretty well.
What was the key? You guys seemed to get out very quickly. They got a lot of steals. You defended C.J. Harris. You probably had as much to do with that as anybody else, and Travis Mackay very well. What was the game plan? How did you execute it?
Our game plan was not to jump on C.J. Harris's pump fakes, because we know he does that a lot, and just contain Travis, because they're both very good players.
When you look at this season, Lorenzo, I mean, you've got a new coach in Mark Godfrey. You guys have a lot of guys that were with you last year. Last year's not what you wanted, but when you set the goals for this year, what are you guys anticipating realistically?
We want to make the tournament this year, and we want to actually play better defense than last year. That's our main goal for this year.
And it seems like much more up-tempo basketball coming from you guys as well.
Yeah, we're an athletic team, and we're pretty fast as well, so we try to make as many fast breaks as we can.
Now, Lorenzo, you guys, you're here early in the ACC schedule, but you played a very difficult non-conference schedule. You think that's gotten you ready?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Of course. We played a lot of great teams, and we're just looking forward to playing the rest of the team in the ACC.
Well, Lorenzo, we thank you for taking time with us. Have a safe trip back. We'll see you down the Tobacco Road.
Thank you.
20 points for Lorenzo today. They go to 2-1 through the Wolfpack. 76-40 was the final. NC State over Wake Forest in Winston-Salem.